And I'm probably going to get a little bit deeper into that when we get into the game itself, because this is just draft versus draft here. But at this point for Gen.G, I think you really need to snowball this game early, and the Qiyana needs to be a massive threat for the entirety of the game. Pivot across the LCK towards that. His owner is
the level
3 Jarvan.
It's a bit scary. How about Paul does bring Carrier in there as we started off the fight. Gen.G get the information, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough as the flash out from Duro. The flash forward, the sidestep is not good enough, and that is first blood. The Jarvan just gets it done every game.
Canyon going to go over here with the ward he has and actually start to steal some of these camps away. This is a great way to play the Qiyana. Is just hard farm, don't interact with lanes.
Oh god,
not again!
Bottom lane getting absolutely punished. The teleport in from Faker towards his bottom side as Gumayusi does have to flash, as Deadly Flourish will be avoided. The force shot not going to be enough, and he just reloads at him and dies.
And that's another huge win here for T1. See, owner is rotating around here. Grabbed first grub and is now actually looking to try to take Ruler out of the picture here. Has Cataclysm.
Yep, Carrier is going to ult early, picks up the aggro, and the barrier not quite going to be enough there, as there are feats of warfare picked up, as Faker in a little bit of trouble here trying to rotate up to help out, as Molten Shield from Chovy comes in. Oh, the final auto is not enough to lock down the kill.
For its cost. But yeah, we just keep dropping bears.
Yep. And Ruler tried to go for the invisible Deadly Flourish. Doesn't quite work out there. As Doran, this time with no flash, and he is just dead. That was a supreme display of nothing that he could have done about it.
Yep. And that's a good Qiyana ult. Okay.
Yeah. Nailing the first one. There we go.
1 for 1 so far. And that's putting her a little bit further accelerated in this game.
As there's the Cataclysm onto Chovy. Remember, he used that flash earlier on. He's trying to get Tibbers to get some value here, but it's just not going to work out. That's a very strong Jarvan to take down the Annie Canyon a little bit slow. Yeah. Picking this one up, they'll take themselves. The plate is a risk, because he can just press R on you.
Again!
As, yeah, another bear comes down, and another knock-up comes on through here from Owner as Chovy. Just free food for Faker. That's 5-1 in advantage here for T1. Another bear comes down here as the Rune Prison comes on in. Owner moving back though, so Canyon is going to back away. Some spell flux connects, but otherwise not too much more. The flash 4, and it's going to be the bear coming down. Faker will be punished as Carrier comes on through. Owner just gets out of there though, protecting that shutdown gold. And Carrier is going to have to flash, but I just don't know whether that's going to be enough as he's running, and that is going to be able to get him to safety. Guma was just left alone though.
Yeah.
With this bottom out of turrets.
For the side of T1. Canyon, of course, starts this dragon up. Owner does have flash and could look for a steal potential here. Duro is holding the gate, though, not allowing him to get in. Guma comes over, really greedy here.
Yeah, that is going to be the dragon coming on through. No Zenith Blade to land here from Duro, who is a bit far up, but it isn't going to be too much of an issue. But every time Gen.G are going for something, there's someone on T1 breaking their stuff.
Exactly. So this Herald now.
And this is going to be a difficult one for Gen.G to contest. Deadly Flourish onto Carrier, but he's not too worried about that. Has the Unbreakable Will, as now Canyon looking for an angle. He's getting in amongst it. The curtains have been called as he flashes out of the way of the Cataclysm. Duro going down very low. Gumayusi doing so much work. T1's health bars are getting lower. Keen right in amongst it, but Chovy not quite doing enough. Ruler just getting soloed out by Doran, and he will be able to finish that one off. Chovy in the back of the pit is just dead to the bullets of Guma, and T1 are just running the rift. Outside of Keen being quite frustrating, but he'll be zombified and taken out himself. A monstrous win here for T1.
In this team fight, Guma's untouched. Massive value with his ultimate, and just his straight up auto attacks do a ton of work here. He's 3,000 gold ahead now. CC or lockdown. The Jarvan side, he's got tons of mobility, great CC. Now as Sundered Sky's had it for a long time, and Owner is super fed in this game, and they're going to get this mid turret. T1's third turret of the game.
On this Aatrox right now, level 12 and 2-1-0. He's got a little bit of a gold advantage against the Scion now as well, as Duro is dead. Faker Realm warps in, but it is just going to be the kill going over to Owner. And I mean, this is much worse than the gold lead.
Yeah, this game. And Gen.G are just so far behind the 8 ball. Like, Duro keeps getting caught, just trying to get any semblance of vision as Faker may be caught.
Well, the flash is going to come on through. Double teleports invested as Owner is going to find Canyon here. There's the headbutt over the wall. Ruler in so much trouble. Deadly Flourish goes wide, and he is just dead, ladies and gentlemen. It looked like it was going to be a play from Gen.G, but T1 just turned it on its head.
Another ult from Canyon that just completely does nothing in the attempt to try to peel for his teammates there, but Carria's flank. Chef's kiss on this Alistair, 8 out of 11 KP this game. He has run it from start to finish. The rift belongs to him and all of these fed T1 members as Faker takes a gold lead over Chovy. Outside of a small side laning Annie here for Chovy. As it looks like initially like, oh, Faker's caught, but this is the traditional Faker overextending question mark. Haha, now we win the fight, we baited you in.
Triple TP, everyone teleporting into the fight, and Carrier just takes the AD carry, and Ruler, I mean, I don't think he started playing the game, but he's definitely not going to play the game in this one.
As they give Otacon up, they're going to get the Constellation turret here. They're scaling.
Yeah.
Just don't know if they should be. They're so far behind.
Oh, Deadly Flourish comes on in. It is going to be Otacon picked up by T1 very, very soon, but Gen.G are at least getting something for it.
Yeah, I mean, if they get double turret, that's a lot of gold, actually, over to Gen.G.
They will be losing this inner turret towards the top side of the map, so I don't see it necessarily being a phenomenal outcome.
It's not.
Gumayusi does take this.
It's not losing the game outright by trying to fight on Otacon, so keeps them in this game, so to speak. They're still 5,000 gold behind, and it's not a trade up, but I mean they got Chovy some money.
It is a little bit more lucrative. That's what I'm learning here today.
Duro.
As Duro's going to face check, he has to be the one to do so, and unfortunately he's dead. Very dead. If there were certain degrees of dead, he would be one of the high degrees of dead from that one. That's what I'm expecting. But also, it's doing a lot of winning in the LPL, right? Like, we know that it can win.
In other regions where they play very differently, I think it's very strong.
For the upcoming fight, Baron going to be on the minds of T1. They're doing their very best to lock down vision control. There is a cute little ward here in this brush, giving Gen.G a little bit of information as in goes Ona. Deadly Flourish just to spot what's happening in that brush there, but it looks like Gen.G are not going to be face-checking just yet.
Okay, this is...
Oh dear, never mind. Maybe they will go in. There's the Zenith Blade from Duro. He didn't really want to be there, and Owner is going to be able to take him down. The Supreme Display of Talent is decent, but not quite good enough, as down goes Tibbers as well. Chovy doing battle against Faker here, who flashes to pick up the kill on his opponent mid laner. And now Keen finds his way into the fight, and he's going to take the death exit this time around after being a zombie for just a little while. And the curtains are not being called for Ruler. I think they will actually be called for Ruler, as now Owner is going to be making his way over and looking to try and take him down. The Realm Warp comes in. The Flag and Drag doesn't do too much of anything as the Aatrox delivery comes on through. And Gumayushi's like, guys, why don't we just win the game?
They're helping and keeping the players from going back so they can win the game. That's what's happening. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's a little bit of
Doran
something like that.
up.
As they're doing their very best to kite Doran around here, who doesn't actually get the heal from the redemption, as Canyon looking to block off the next two that are making their way over. Deadly Flourish is decent here, as this is some yakety sacks coming on through here, as Canyon trying to get himself out. They have regrouped though, and in comes the cow! Carrier going to be able to deliver a double kill over to Gumayushi, and that was a weird little passage of play, but ultimately it's going to be even more winning for T1, as it's given players like Duro the opportunity to respawn before they win this game.
It almost feels like a psychological warfare move here from T1 as they just smash them over and over again before the Nexus falls.
Yeah.
And Atlas, we knew we would, but we have a series on our hands now.
It was already all over our hands after game number one, and it is now being confirmed as T1 will make this one a best of three. Game 2, Owner on Jarvan.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.